I'm the Executive Director for Lift Disability Network.
And I am Ryan Rouse, and I'm the Director of Programming also for Lift Disability Network. So the idea behind this video, Jim, is I'm new to the disability community. I'm definitely new to Lift Disability Network.
Right.
And when I started working here, I'd been in ministry pretty much my entire adult life, but it wasn't disability ministry, and that there's some big differences there. And I felt like I was so far behind the curve. And so I started looking for resources. I love to learn, but I don't like to read. I'm not an avid reader. So I started looking into different podcasts, different YouTube series that were just going to kind of catch me up. I wanted to be politically correct in terms and all of those kind of things. You guys are always using initials for everything,
Right.
and I don't know what they mean most of the time. So I just started to kind of educate myself a little bit in the disability community. And then I'd probably been here about a month, maybe 2 months, and we were driving to the villages in your van. And I told you, I said, I think we need to start our own videos. And they would, serve multiple purposes. Not feeling that I'm the expert in any way. That's not what I'm saying. But I do feel like there's a lot that our community has to offer to the non-disability community.
Right.
But there's also some drastic needs within the disability community that I feel like aren't met on a broad scale a lot of times. But they're so unique. Sometimes it's even to our culture, specifically here in maybe Central Florida, that a series and some videos really directed at some specific needs that we've kind of running into would really be beneficial. My hope is that all of our videos moving forward would fit into one category, but they might fit into all three of these categories. I would love for them to be a source of inspiration, encouragement, and education.
Right.
So,
well, first of all, Ryan, I just want to say here we are.
Here we are. We're starting
We're
this
doing
thing.
it. We're doing it. We have a good friend that says we're doing it all the time. So, and then secondly, you're in the right place, man, because I have many years of experience.
You do.
Dealing with a disability, and not only my personal disability, but dealing with the lives of many other people. So we love just taking raw guys like you and just tossing them right into the water.
Yeah, into the deep end, too.
Yeah, do you feel that way?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we're going to try to help out a little bit, and it's going to start with the idea of inspiration. What does it take to suddenly believe that we can move beyond where we're at? And how do we, what's those steps that will lead us to the ultimate place of what we're looking for, whether it's life satisfaction or living independently or feeling like we're not overwhelmed, And so that inspiration is really something that is needed not only in the disability community and world, but it can be from many different places of life.
Right.
Maybe you're going, someone's going through a divorce, or they're starting their life and family over again. Dreams that we've looked for that that have just kind of burst in front of us, after a lot of investment and time. And there's a lot of folks that need to understand that our adversity is not a place where we stop. Our adversity is a place where we just begin, maybe sometime again, or we continue on and persevere, be determined to move from where we're at right at this moment. So I think that the inspirational side of things really is a spark. How can we spark ideas? How can we spark a moment of just resolution within someone's heart? How can we create a spark for someone to suddenly engage themselves in a world that they have absolutely no knowledge of? So I think it really starts with the whole idea. I need someone to say to me, "You can do it."
That's really good. I love that adversity is not a place we stop.
Right.
That's really good. And as soon as you said that, I'm reminded of so many people that have done great things and are doing great things. And a lot of times it was that adversity that really propelled them into that area that they're excelling in. So that's really good.
And a lot of times it's off the roadmap for them. I mean, it's done a different route to the road than what they were anticipating.
Right. And I also love that the inspiration isn't just for a person with a disability.
Right.
It's really, these videos can be really for anybody that needs inspiration.
Right.
And so I'm super excited about that. I'm excited to see kind of the direction that might take.
Yeah.
One of the things that I noticed, and it didn't take long when I started working here, and a lot of our families that we're ministering to, is just the need for encouragement.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that we have needy families, but they're just going through a lot, and the weight of carrying and living with a disability is a heavy weight. Mm-hmm. And there's really, what I'm discovering is that there's a strong sense of isolation, not just because of COVID, but it's a lifestyle of isolation for a lot of the families.
Yeah, that's correct.
At least they feel like that is, and a lot of that is kind of piled on. Anxiety going to the grocery store with their child, afraid that they might have a giant outburst, on aisle 3.
Right.
And because of that, they feel isolated and they don't feel like they could go to the grocery store.
That's right.
And so me, like, I've been in ministry my entire adult life. Like, I have this pastor's heart that wants to, I want to hug people like that, And so I really hope that these videos can really be a source of encouragement, to know that there's nothing wrong with them, but also that they're not alone.
Yeah.
And that's where I really feel like a lot of the families that we're talking to, they feel very isolated because they also feel like it's their battle.
Right.
And hopefully these videos will be a source to know that they're not alone, and two, that they are meant to go through this in community.
Absolutely. And that's kind of what I was thinking about. It's really hard once you get into a place where you're extremely overcome by your circumstances. Right. It's really hard to muster the encouragement by yourself.
Right.
It takes people that get involved with us that make a difference. And that's one of the key things that we really emphasize here. We believe that people can overcome anything if they have other people around them challenging them and encouraging them, and even beyond that, putting an arm under their shoulder or something and saying, we're going to cross this line together. And I think when that happens, I was talking with someone about that very fact, how that when you pull people together, you're much stronger. And that strength creates the encouragement that we need to overcome.
I think, too, as you were saying that, hearing people's story that have been through something similar, and seeing them on the other side. Right. When you're in the middle of a crisis or adversity, that's all we can see. That's all we can focus. That's just our human nature, is to focus on our problem. But to see somebody that's been through a similar problem, but be on the other side of that, it provides that light at the end of the tunnel.
Absolutely.
So we really hope to bring in some people that have been through extreme adversity, but maybe they're on the other side. And hopefully that will be a huge source of encouragement to our families and to whoever stumbles across these videos.
And I think that's where our third piece comes in. Because from the lives that people live, from your life that you've lived, and from my life, when we come together, we can really educate each other.
There's no greater teacher for a person with a disability than a person with a disability, right?
Right?
There's no greater teacher for a mom that's trying to raise a child with Down syndrome than put a mom with Down syndrome, right here, and let them encourage and educate. Yeah. So I love that idea. So what, is there anything else in the education? Like, how are we going to do that? PowerPoint? We're going to have chalkboard?
I think we're going to put chalkboard, and then we're going to have lectures. And
that sounds not fun at all.
Boring. No, I think it just comes from exchange of of our lives, you know. And I think that we're going to have a lot of great stories, and I think the stories will give us opportunity to learn. And once we're exposed to where someone's perspective, then it creates the potential for community to take place.
It's really good. It's really good. And in those conversations, those teachers that aren't a teacher, but they really are a teacher, there's going to be maybe some resources that they mention that somebody going through a similar situation goes, what was that? Like, rewind. Like I want to know what that resource is. And hopefully this will be a really great place that we can kind of compile that. And a person can go and say, oh, I had no idea that resource even existed.
Right.
And so I really hope that like we can almost like create a database based on these conversations.
Yeah. And so we really look for the viewers also to get involved in that, don't we?
Absolutely.
Because there are things that we don't know exist that are out there. But when you, the viewer, is able to jump in there and put a comment down in the comment area and say, hey, I heard about this, then that creates an opportunity for all of us to learn more and to experience more together.
That's right. And that's really the major difference between a YouTube platform and a Zoom platform. A Zoom is a conversation with the audience, and YouTube, we are not necessarily getting that. So we are going to rely really heavy on that comment section. I'm going to be checking that regularly because I want to engage with our audience as often as possible. So any questions that they might have about a resource or just maybe that it wasn't clear, something we were talking about, and they wanted some clarification. So definitely utilize the comment section. But also one thing that will really help us just kind of get the content out is by you subscribing to the channel. There's some analytical things that I don't fully understand, but YouTube cares about how many subscribers you have. Yeah. And so the more subscribers we have, the more specific we'll be able to be with even the title of the video. And so instead of searching this random sequence of letters and numbers, we can make it really specific. So when people are doing searches, they can actually come across the right
Ryan,
video.
I think we have about 47 subscribers right now.
Yeah, that's impressive, right?
So we need you to help us get over 100 at least.
Absolutely.
And get us moving that direction. So press the button.
Press the subscribe button.
There you go.
And you'll get notifications every time that we upload a new video as well.
You know, I think before we take off, I'd just like to say to someone watching today that you're not by yourself. And that's why we're here. To give you a voice, to give you opportunities to meet other people, and even to think about the fact that there's a creator that is bigger than any problem, and he's always with us.
And I will add to that thought that maybe you're watching this video and you're thinking, I've got zero connection to the disability community. And maybe, even by watching this video, maybe there's some intrigue. We just got back from camp a few weeks ago, and there were so many new volunteers that have never been exposed to a disability at all. And they walk away going, that week was as much for me as it was for the person that I was helping. And so maybe you're sitting there going, how do I get involved? And we would love to plug you in. We would love to get you connected.
Yeah, there's information below for our websites, and we just encourage you to reach out and contact us, whether it's through the chat below or the comment area, or if it's a direct, you can just reach out through lift@liftdisability.net, and we can reach back out to you.
Absolutely. So that's kind of our goal. We're going to be back with more videos, and it won't just be the two of us every time. There's going to be a different person sitting in one of these places. And we hope that we get as many voices in front of you as possible.
Hey, I'm looking forward to this.
This is going to be fun, right?
It's going to be great.
So thank you guys for watching, and make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you soon.